Welcome to the channel, guys. Great to be back and seeing you guys after being a week off for a work trip. I went down to Little Rock, Arkansas, which is where our corporate office was, well, not was, is for the company that I work for, and we just had a big old company-wide meeting that they like to have once a year to get everybody together. So in that time frame while I was down there, I got a lovely missed call and a text from the mechanic that works on my Dodge Ram 2500. And I'm sure some of you out there are going to be like, you don't work on your own truck? Well, it's not that I don't like to work on my truck or I don't want to work on my truck. It's just that he won't really let me work on my truck. I do things like oil changes, simple shit. The brakes I do. But anything that is like yearly maintenance wise goes into him. He gets it done for me, and he doesn't let me really touch my truck any other time besides when I drive it. So it was into him on Friday afternoon when I was away, and like I said, I got that lovely missed phone call and a text that said, "Call me ASAP." And for those of you who have mechanics that'll let you know as soon as they find something wrong with your vehicle, you all know that if you get that message, it is not a good thing. So I was prepared for the worst, that I'd have to get all new axles. The axles are getting burned up. Anything that would just be totally destroyed from driving it the little time that I had. I was talking to them. There were, what is it, 1, 2, 3 major things that are wrong with it, not with the truck. So the first thing is the bearings and the U-joints on the front axle. Bearings aren't a huge issue. They get changed once the truck gets, or a vehicle gets very worn down tires, or the alignment's off for some reason in the car, and it just hasn't gone. It's gone unnoticed, and not anything was done to it to fix it to stop any other damage from happening, like your bearings. So what was throwing my bearings off was, one, my alignment. The alignment I knew was wrong or needed to get fixed, because as I would drive down the highway, I would get what was called the death wobble. And for those of you who have experienced a death wobble, whether it's on a skateboard or in a car, it is no fun. I still get the death wobble till this time. I actually had one this morning coming into work, but there's nothing I can really do to get that fixed until I get these other things fixed on my truck that will hopefully prevent that from happening. So bearings need fixed, U-joints need fixed. It really was only the passenger side U-joint that needed fixed, but since he has a Dodge and he does all his work on it, and since they're really a pain in the ass to get to, unless you're doing the bearings, which I need to do both on both sides, he said you might as well just do both side U-joints while you're at it, even though the driver's side one is good and there's nothing wrong with it, but it's going to need replaced here within the next year or two. So those are going to get done. The other thing that is somewhat of a concern for a 4x4 truck is the transfer case. Now, I will show you guys where it came from once I get parked here and am able to get underneath the truck to show you. But the transfer case is leaking. However, it is not leaking to the point where it needed to be fixed right away. I did have to fill it up with some gear fluid last night just to make sure that before anything gets super low on it, if I need it, because we're supposed to get a 10-inch snowstorm within the next 2 days. Yeah, right, we're gonna get like an inch. If we get that, I just filled it up just in case if I needed to use my 4-wheel drive so nothing gets burned up. But really what it looks like, it's a seal that's gone bad. It happens, it needs to get replaced. When I talked to him about it, I was more concerned that it was the whole transfer case that needed replaced. But thank God it wasn't, because transfer cases are running about $1,100 off of rockauto.com, and that's fully built. You don't gotta do anything to it but take it off the skid and throw it on the truck. The last and final thing that is The probably most expensive part of this fix are the wheels and tires. The wheels and tires need to get fixed because according to Pennsylvania state law, they are illegal. Super illegal. Like, nowhere close to even being on the line legal. So if you guys look right there, that is where the leak is coming from in the transfer case. I don't know if you can really see it right here. You can kind of see it pretty good all around in this area, but it's not enough to cause a severe issue while driving down the road and need it to be figured out right away and get done quickly. But it's enough to err on the side of caution and get it done as quickly as possible. So I don't know if you guys can see, but let me get my glasses out of the way here. That is just from me parking here. So it is leaking a good amount, but not enough for it to, like I said, to warrant it need to be fixed right away when it was at the mechanic shop. It can wait for a little bit till he gets the part in to be able to fix it. So let me take you up here to the U-joints and show you all that kind of fun stuff. So if you guys look back in here, right there, you see where that little U-joint is, so to call. It looks like a U that's coming from the tire and from the axle, which is right there. There is that little bearing that's in there that is bad, that needs replaced on both the driver's side and the passenger side in the front. It's need to be done, as long as also with the bearings that's inside the hub that's down in there. Best to do it all at the same time, because as you have the bearing off, it's easier to get to the U-joint while you have everything else off up front here, so you don't got to come back and redo it. Another thing that's an issue is these things right there. Yes, the nice beautiful looking tires that came on this truck are wrong. They are causing a huge issue that would get brought up if I were to get pulled over. Some of you might know this, some of you might not, but I don't know if you could tell from this angle here. You see that it sticks out a good far distance away from the fender. So the fender is considered the metal portion right here, this part right here, not the fender flare, the fender itself in the PA state law code. From this point out, you are allowed no further than 3 inches. And I'm at 5.5. Yeah, I'm 2.5 inches over. When I bought the truck, I thought I'd be good. I read up on the law, and I understood it as you are allowed a 3-inch fender flare, and that from your fender flare out is considered the new measuring point. That is not the case. It is 3 inches from your stock fender, metal fender, right there. So those have to get changed as the new rims that we got. We are going back to the stock size rims, 17-inch rim, 9 inches wide. These ones are 22 inches in diameter and are about 12 inches wide. So it's a big step down in diameter wise of the rim. Width wise, yes, it is a step down, but not as much as the rim. I was talking with my mechanic about it, and best bet for what we're going to be using this for is just to go back to the stock size tires and the stock size rims. That way we don't have any issues and we're replacing bearings every 9 to 12 months. So guys, that is what's wrong with the truck. We are going to be getting it fixed here, hopefully within the next 2 weeks. We've got to get it scheduled with the mechanic because it is going to be a half a day to almost a full day's worth of work to get done to the truck. And for it being a small shop, he doesn't have that much room or the time. So we got to get it figured out while he is going to be in the shop, and I can't go in after hours, and he'll help me out and I'll help him out and do all the work with him. So if it's you guys' first time showing up here and watching my videos, please hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to follow my Instagram, which I will put right here somewhere on the screen. It is the same as the name, Dodging Bullets PA. with an underscore, I believe, but like I said again, I'll put it right here somewhere. Don't forget to hit that little bell after you hit the subscribe button to get any notifications for when I post videos. I'm hoping to do one a week, one hopefully a week-ish. All right, work doesn't like to provide with that so much because I typically get out at 5, but I'm getting out at 6 today. So have a good night, guys. See you on the next upload. See ya. We all gotta taking an high idle. No matter where you're from.